Well, this is the penultimate round of the Molson Group British Sidecar Championship. We have one more round at Brands Hatch, but two races here on the programme at Donington Park. One or two of the key players are away in Germany at an international cup event, but the series leaders are here. Kershaw and Charlwood with a 20-point lead over Ellis and Richardson, who are not here. Sam and Adam Christie very much in the hunt. Stevens, Holden, he's not here. Reeves not here. So an awful lot of these guys further down the order can really make hay here. Let's see which bike gets off the grid quickly. Watch the lights. Out go the lights. Oh, and Lee Crawford very, very sluggish. I tell you, did get an absolute flyer. Pete Founds, number 172, and Jevon Walmsley. Their Suzuki is gone. But look at Tommy Philp. Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant going through up the inside, and really the number 52 crew getting the drop here. Dempsey champions last year. This their full season at the full national championship. Pete Founds, Jevon Walmsley though, tucking the short chassis up underneath Tommy Philp. Crawford and Hardy there, Crawford and Hardy, Pete Founds. So Lee Crawford, Scott Hardy, 117, watch them. 172, Pete Founds, Jevon Walmsley, Ben Holland, Tom Christie. And the championship leaders in 5th place at the moment, Steve Kershaw and Ryan Charlwood, chased by Phil Bell and Jimmy Connell. Then it's Simon Gilbert, then it's Sam and Adam Christie behind the number 34. But it's Tommy Philp leading with the 4 times winner at Scarborough, Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy on the Suzuki right behind them. They're having an absolutely stellar season, Crawford and Hardy. New to our championship, well, new for the last couple of rounds. That's where there goes Pete Founds, 172. He and Jevon Walmsley then slotting through past Ben Holland and Tom Christie. Kershaw, number 29, he and Ryan Charlwood. There's a bit of damp on the camera lens, so there's still rain in the air. Looking at the inside, going through Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy, but can they hold it tight? Can Tommy Philp get the drive down on the long bike? Yes, he does. He's alongside, got his nose in front. But Lee Crawford now on the inside line going into Goddard's over those ripples. Will he keep it tight? Yes, he does. So the Suzuki then away down the Team ERC 600 Suzuki. 3 of those bikes in this race. Those short chassis road racing outfits. The long LCRs not suited for pure road work, the too fragile, the suspension not really capable of coping with the bumps on the pure road circuits, and the F2 shorter outfits much more rugged. And Sudol, that's a Scotsman. That's Scott Lorry and Mick Fairhurst. Scott Lorry making a return to the championship as well. So Phil Hyde doing the Mick Fairhurst in the programme, but Phil Hyde on board, definitely. Lee Crawford leading Tommy Philp. This is a good result for Tommy Philp in 2nd place, currently sitting in 9th place in the championship. There will not be championship points for the 117 or indeed the 172, and the outfit currently in 10th place, Steve and Matty Ramsden, the father and son, number 99 crew. But this battle going on still between Ben Holland and Tom Christie, a rejuvenated Ben Holland, number 60, it's fair to say. He's getting a good look at the inside line there and having a really good go. So I think it's only a matter of time, and he's got the inside. Can he get the power down? Ben Holland then, number 60, a look over the shoulder. Up to 3rd goes Ben Holland, with Tom Christie having one of the best rides I've seen him have for a long time. Ben Holland, now where is his teammate? Ricky Stevens looking further back down the order. Can't see Ricky Stevens. Yes, I can. He's in 12th place with Johnny Allen. Number 100, Ricky Stevens. 12th place for Ricky Stevens, a former double champion. But his teammate Ben Holland doing an absolutely good job. Phil Bell still holding off Kershaw for 5th and 6th place. Kershaw then, with a 20-point lead, needs to bring it home and get a finish. There's Rob Biggs and Jerome Schmitz. There Ricky Stevens. Ricky Stevens and Johnny Allen having their own race with Rob Biggs. And their teammate Ben Holland making hay at the front, doing a great job. These conditions proving to be challenging for everybody, but there's no doubting the race leader Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy continuing their rich vein of form. 4 wins at Scarborough, as I said, 7th and 6th places at Knock Hill, so very capable of mixing it and having something of a stellar season, these boys. It was a significant pole position, 155.6, about a second faster than anyone else on the grid. So a great pole position for them, and still chasing hard Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant, number 52. Here we are then. Here comes the 52 outfit. Round they go. Here comes Holland, looking back for 3rd place. That's your top 3. So that's a provisional podium, but we're only on lap 4. Pete Founds, Jevon Walmsley come next. Then Phil Bell and Jimmy Connell on the Marin Motorsports Yamaha. Number 18, Phil Bell. A long-established racing family, the Bell family from Northumberland area. And Kershaw and Charlwood seemingly unable, or not necessarily taking any chances to do anything about Phil Bell. Quite content to follow round. A clear visor, so a little bit of moisture on the visor, but nothing overly troublesome. A few spots of rain in the air. Phil Bell and Jimmy Connell. Good to see them going so well. Jimmy Connell's young son Declan fell out, crashed out of the Hell Performance Junior Supersport race prior to this one, which was a great shame. And I was talking about tyre pressures. I hope they've got the tyre pressures right on the number 18 outfit. Kershaw now having a look. Steve Kershaw on the Quattro Santander Salt Yamaha. Santander Salt Company owned by Roger Wally, the man who is basically the owner and the main benefactor of this championship. He has rejuvenated the British sidecar scene over 10 years and has brought it to the professional level that it is now ever since its run in the British Superbike paddock. Race director Stuart Higgs recognising the entertainment value that the sidecars bring to a BSB race weekend and the variety. An awful lot of sidecar fans out there, both trackside if we were to have them here. Here comes Kershaw, and indeed at home in their armchairs. Kershaw no, but Phil Bell still holding them off on the brakes. Behind Simon Gilbert and Paul Thomas on the Draper Racing Yamaha, doing a good job as well. They're not getting gobbled up or lost. They're ahead of Sam and Adam Christie, who sit 3rd in the championship. So Simon Gilbert, number 51, behind this pair, doing a cracking job. Meanwhile, this is a good scrap between these two. At the front now, it's a 2-second lead for Crawford and Hardy. Philp and Bryan still holding off, 4 seconds clear now of Holland and Christie. Half distance on lap 5. Kershaw surely will want to do something respectable here and move past Phil Bell. But then again, knowing, Sam and Adam Christie, 34, have got by number 51, Simon Gilbert, and Paul Thomas, the distinctive Dayglow outfit. And behind them, it's Brian Gray and Kenny Cole, the number 7 veteran. Kershaw through at the S's, a flick of the sidecar wheel over the curb. So that is now up to 5th place for Steve Kershaw and Ryan Charlwood. moving them into a 11-point position. Phil Bell still having a look, was being a bit cheeky up the inside there, but unable. If he'd gone for it, there would have been contact, there's no doubt about that. Phil Bell now shadowing round, but I think Kershaw now has pulled a gap 2 or 3 lengths. And in front of Kershaw, it looked as though Pete Founds was sort of almost slipping back into his clutches. He is indeed. There they go. Christie's moving up. Christie's moving up. They look as though they've gone past Phil Bell as well. There's Ricky Stevens coming over the line. Steve and Matty Ramsden, number 99, going through the picture, the father and son. Matt McLaurin and A.D. Hope. So number 95 out of the running, that's Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney. They were in, well, not that strong a championship position, in fairness. They've had a bit of a troubled season by their standards. 8th place they are, but no mistaking the race leader with a 2.4 second lead. Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy on the Suzuki. Here's Scott Laurie, number 72. Having a look at the outfit in front, but then just lost the back end, and that's all it takes. Into the gravel, but it's all upright. Gravel very deep, and it does its job for sure. Phil Hyde, an instructor at the Ron Haslam School here at Donington Park, and knows his way around Donington Park very, very well indeed. The Orange Army, Marshall's already doing a great job. Lee Crawford, Scott Hardy then. Race leaders coming through. Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant are visibly closer. That gap now down to 1.7 seconds. So is it on now for Tommy Philp? Let's build some drama into this, because you never know what can happen. It's a drying track, and that is where the long outfit will come into its own with its superior corner speed. Tommy Philp senses that there could be, he'll know he's closing Crawford in. 2 more laps to go then after this one. Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy. That's Suzuki, and of course the Suzuki developed for Sidecar racing and used very successfully by Dave Molyneux with Isle of Man TT victory. Andy Peach, number 4, and Brian Gray, number 7, celebrating his 70th birthday, having what he thought would be a farewell ride. So Brian Gray, the veteran motorcycle dealer from High Wycombe, locking horns with Andy Peach. These two veterans are slogging it out, and they're slogging it out for 9th and 10th places. Andy Peach now taking 9th, moving ahead of Brian Gray. Brian Gray, they're not having any of it, and coming back at Peach and making it stick. So this is really good racing here. Round they go, and now it's heads down, boys. Flat out along here. What can they do? Over the rise, up to the foggy S's, on the brakes, clipping the curb. That's the way to do it. Andy Peach then will have a look at the inside at the Melbourne hairpin, I'm sure, as he comes over the rise. Here they come, moving over to the right-hand side. No, he's not. Rob Biggs and Jerome Schmitz closing in, because these two are tripping themselves up. Tommy Philp has a 1 second disadvantage over the race leaders, and we are on, the race leaders are on their final lap. This pair at Goddard's, Andy Peach determined to go up the inside, and he does, and he's up there, and can he hold it all the way down to Redgate? This is a great battle we're watching here, albeit for 9th place. Brian Gray on the inside, he knows he can move up the inside at Redgate, but not this time. Peach has got it. Peach and Edwards, fantastic battling on the green stuff, exceeding track limits ever so slightly. Hopefully our race director will let that one go. Good stuff. On the final lap then, the gap at the front, 1.1 second. Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy have. There they are, Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant are right with them though. They really are. This is on the final lap. Is there going to be a last twist in the tail of this race? Tommy Philp looking at the inside and going through. That is sensational stuff. At the Melbourne hairpin, are they going to get the drive up the hill? Wonderful, wonderful ride for Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant. Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy having taken pole position into the ripples here as they approach into Goddard's. They're going to try and go around the outside, but Tommy Philp slews the back end out, sprinting for the line. Hardest Suzuki gets it over the line. Scott Hardy, the passenger, Lee Crawford. What a race between those two. Fantastic stuff. Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy just got it, and the gap 1/10 of a second. That'll do, as near as damn it. Ben Holland completing championship leader, Kershaw safe in 5th, so 11 points will go the way of Kershaw, and moving him on to 131. Simon Gilbert, Paul Thomas, peachy, brilliant ride by veteran passenger Ken Edwards, hanging in there. What a battle these boys had. Lee Crawford, Scott Hardy, 117 race winners ahead of Tommy Philp and Tom Bryant. Confirmation of a thrilling race. Crawford and Hardy, victory over Philp and Bryant. Ben Holland, Tom Christie will be thrilled with a podium. Pete Founds, Jevon Walmsley, Kershaw, Charlwood, respectable points to improve their lead. Bell, Connell, Christie brothers, they'd be disappointed, I would have thought, with 7th, Gilbert, Peach, and Brian Gray, Kenny Cole, bringing up the top 10. Biggs and Schmitz, Stevens and Allen, wonder what was wrong with them. They couldn't really get going. 12th, not good enough by their standards, and they'll be the first to admit it. Scott Laurie, Phil Hyde, we saw their drama, didn't we?